Robinson's checked in. Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for Milwaukee. Middleton dishes to Bayless. Pass to Parker. And it's going to be a 3-second call.
Just a total loss of concentration right there.
And, Greg, if they continue to make those kinds of mistakes, then this game could turn even more south on them, and sour.
And Toronto making a change here. Ross is checked in.
Of course, he didn't have an attempt there in the first half. He's hoping to be a little bit more active and aggressive here and draw some fouls here in the second.
At the line for 2.
That free throw, no good. That one misses. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the 76ers. Antetokounmpo passes to Monroe. Middleton outside. And Bayless kicks to Parker. And too long on the shot. Raptors leading by 14. Feeds to Patterson. From past the arc. No good from Goose. The Bucks have gone 3 of 6 in the field so far in the fourth quarter. Inside, Parker. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. And that's 20 points for Jabari Parker.
Kevin, he's been a bright spot in what's... That's how he makes his presence felt.
And we see him do it time and again. He is a special talent.
Sure is. Hey, guys, as important as it is to go out and compete, let's not forget the entertainment element of this game. What an unreal finisher.
And that replay sponsored by Kia, the Kia Slam Cam, giving us a great look at that one. Bayless dishes to Monroe. Puts up the baby hook. Rebound by Goose.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it. Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And this is going to end in a lopsided victory. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness, as well as the ability to close. You really got to give it up here for Toronto.
And Clark, they really lit it up in this one. Fantastic offensive performance.
Most definitely. They shot the ball extremely well. It's a game to be proud of.
And for the year now, they'll be tallying their 16th win.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Bucks.
And what a huge standout performance it was for DeMar DeRozan. You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
It's stolen by Carter Williams. And now here comes Antetokounmpo leading the break. Shots good by Middleton.
And this run not really doing them any good at this point, as late as it's starting to evolve.
Yeah, but kudos to him, Greg. I mean, the fight they're showing now, you got to give them credit for that. Would have been really easy to pack it in.
3-on-3. Here's Antetokounmpo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. That one on DeRozan. That one is off. So both teams changing it up here. And that trip coming up empty, missing both. This game looks like they've got it just about wrapped up.
You're exactly right. I mean, take care of the ball, work the clock. It's a wrap.
Yep, nice game. Up top, Henson. Tries from 10. Carroll with the rebound. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
Yeah, and they've got to jump at the chance to actually stretch this thing out even more.
Good point. Here's Goose. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Michael Carter-Williams.
That's his 3rd personal foul. Shooting for Toronto. Free. 2 shots.
No good on the free throw.
Wow.
And he's good on the second. And so Toronto takes this one, but by a big...
The 2K Sports postgame show. Welcome back, Ernie Johnson along with Shaq and Kenny the Jet. Let's quickly move forward now to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, DeMar DeRozan.
Well, DeRozan is capable of just going off on any night. You know, his leadership, though, that sets him apart right there. DeMar leads by example, and his team feeds off that good energy.
I think his efficiency from the field was the biggest factor in this win. He made over 60% of his shots.
And that'll do it for this edition of the NBA on 2K Sports.
You're always going to have people who don't believe that you're really good at what you do, you know, and that's probably more so because they haven't figured out how to be good at what they know or don't even know how to do, you know. So, you know, that's just what it is. You know, every level you reach, you're going to come against obstacles, and you have to combat those obstacles in order to move forward. It's almost like you're playing a video game, you know what I mean? And then the prize is your sanity. Word.
Today on NBA 2K TV, it's our regular season finale. We look back at some of our favorite players.
Come on with it.
Hesitates for a second and explodes the basket.
We update you on all the 2K Pro Emerald action. And there's 100,000 VC going to the top play of the season. You vote on who wins it in 2K TV Interactive. Tune in now. Today on NBA 2K TV, it's our regular season finale. We look back at some of our favorite... Special guest, the professor.
Come on.
Today on NBA 2K TV, it's our regular season finale. Action.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
Ernie Johnson welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. I'm here with Shaq and the Jet. Tonight we'll see the Miami Heat playing against the Raptors in Toronto. For Toronto, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. Somebody we're going to be keeping an eye on tonight. What a story for this guy, Hassan Whiteside. He was a journeyman, and then last season, man, just exploded back onto the NBA scene What do you make of what you've seen of Whiteside, Shaq?
You know, Ernie, he's got incredible height and wingspan at 7 foot. He blocks a ton of shots. Gets better every year, gets better every game. He's getting more comfortable. And you can be comfortable in Miami when it's 80 degrees all the time.
Without question. But if he can control his emotions and take that emotional energy and mute.
The bright lights of downtown Toronto lighting up the night. Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. The Heat. Amari Stoudemire. He's checked in for Whiteside. Deng comes in for Chris Bosh. Johnson, he's checked in for Winslow. And it's Richardson in for Dwayne Wade. On the floor for Miami, Deng out there with Stoudemire. Then there's Dragic. Then there's Richardson. And it's Johnson in at the small forward position. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against Milwaukee.
And the way they attacked the basket in that game was unreal. I mean, after a while, the defenders seemed to just wave the white flag.
Yeah, like you said, I mean, that's what will happen when a team continues to attack the basket and come away with layups. The defense tends to get demoralized and deflated.
The Heat have gone 6 of 10 from the field in this ballgame. Dragic the pass to Richardson. Stoudemire with a screen on Carroll. And there's Richardson. That's good on the assist by Johnson. Richardson's got his second bucket of the night.
Give an assist there, not for the pass. But for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Ross, he's checked in for Toronto. Joseph comes in for Kyle Lowry. Valanciunas with a screen on Dragic. Here's Goose. He's guarded by Dragic. 5 on the clock. Here's Goose. The shot is off. The Heat go the other way with it. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And talk about a team that just never seemed to get into a rhythm offensively. It was just an ugly game to watch.
Yeah, that's an understatement. I mean, they didn't appear to have any kind of cohesiveness in terms of game plan. And they never figured out how to attack the defense in that one.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Drains the three-pointer. Goose has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Richardson kicks to Deng. Johnson sets the screen for Dragic. And that one's good.
8 of the last 10 points.
Toronto will go for a different look here. Patterson, he's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. DeRozan comes in for Ross. Goose, he's checked in for Johnson. And it's Kyle Lowry in for Joseph. The Heat also changing it up. Chris Bosh is checked in for Stoudemire. Winslow comes in for Johnson. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Goran Dragic. And for Miami, look at who they've got out there. We've got Chris Bosh. Deng out there with Winslow. Then there's Richardson. And it's Wade in at the shooting guard. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Toronto.
Guys, they are dialed in from beyond right now. They didn't waste any time getting into a groove in this game.
You know, they've also shown some real tenacity here early on tonight, and it's paid off with a lot of second chance points.
Here's Goose. A 14-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee.
Yeah, and talk about his scoring. I mean, Kevin, with the defense